Hi guys, this is Skittflash here, and welcome back to Let's Play Aviary Attorney. In the last part, we started off trial of Chapter 4B. We're planning on doing things really civilized, having a very show trial, I guess, whatever you could call it. And how may I help you guys today? Well, we're collecting positive anecdotes about our king. Do you happen to have any? No. I've met the king twice. Once, as you know, as my Juan Cuerdo persona, where he tried to have me killed. I can tell you, but there's a price. Fox has to eat, Missouri. 40 francs, 10,000. Wow. That's a bit much. I don't have that kind of money, man. Between you and my medical bills, we should already be able to afford basic things like food by the year. 4,000? Let's not worry about the debt for now. Just tell me that you a story. It was several years ago, 1841, I believe. How many years ago that was? I don't know the time frame. What's going on? I was lingering around the Laldia city, whatever. I was in the pursuit of an investigative lead, so I had adopted the persona to outfit of a sickly beggar. I take it the king did not take too kindly to you. Oh wait. I was approached by a kind-faced man. It was the king himself. He took 20-franc coin out of his pocket. Or at least he looked like someone who was a sick beggar. That's great. We can use that. I'm not done. He took the coin out, and he said, "I know what it's like to be poor. When I was your age, I only had 1,000 of these to my name." Okay. Then he pocketed the coin and left. Well, I'll make a note. Gave financial advice to the poor and needy. I hope the antidote was some use to you, Missouri. It might be. But I don't feel like we got the 10,000 francs worth of material. Just keep in mind if you ever see a potential client. Just keep me in mind if you ever see a potential client. Okay. How about that? So, we've got all the awesome stories about our king, about how great of a person he is. Let's see what evidence do we have. What stories are in our arsenal? Renard's story. You find out? Really? Toussaint claims that the king supports local fishing industries. What did he say to Toussaint? Oh yeah, he I love these totally politically correct statements, or however you want to call them. Was given a single British coin as payment for the priceless golden egg. That the king is an avid reader and lover of history. Very many of those are untrue. Actually, I was thinking, what up, bro? How rude. Don't they teach you to knock? It's time. The trial. Already? A large protest has started to form outside the whatever. No doubt it'll turn into an unruly mob before long. Okay. You want me to drag the king to the courthouse? I'm not even sure I could drag him from his chair. Use diplomacy, you dolt. Alright. Diplomacy. We got this. Let's go to the palace. Yo, king, what's up? Kokuryuko's right. The spirit of revolution is in the air. 3,600 and... Save it. We're number one. You again? Shouldn't you be in jail? It's no time for nonsense. We need you to come with us. There's a group of angry rebels outside. There's a fishing sale at Les Halls. Diplomacy. Need the same stuff. Okay. There's a group of angry rebels. There's a trial we need to attend. I love trials. Okay. I think you'll need to give a testimony. Oh, goody goody. Alrighty then. So, he came. Did anyone spot us? Nope. The crowds are only just starting to form. With any luck, we can get this trial over before anyone realizes what's going on. You treasonous scumbags, you actually captured the king. Clearly a joke, your majesty. Very subtle. I like it. So it's true, you do intend to hold a trial. Your actions are utterly despicable. You're on the same level as those filthy rebel dissenters. On the other day, you are rotten lawbreakers through and through. I want nothing more than to see you tried and punished for your traitorous stances. But I owe a debt to you, Falcon, and to Mr. Cocorico. Why? I have ordered for a dozen National Guards to set up the perimeter around the entrance of whatever. The rebels will inevitably catch word that the king is here. You'll be ready to hold him off. That's amazing. Cool. Well, I don't get why anything's the way it is, but whatever. Time for a total show trial. Should I be standing here? Am I in the right place? Yeah. Okay. I wonder who's on trial. That'd be you. Oh, that's me. Wait. That's me. We're simply prosecuting you for a short list of 32 crimes against the French people. Nice. What's this madness? Did you set me up to this? Well, yeah, we're your defense, Your Majesty. I'm so confused. I'll state the charge that's been labeled at you, and present my evidence for the charge, and you, and your defense, will have the opportunity to present your own counter-evidence. Okay. You won't want to end up like old Louis XVI now, would you? Okay, you're being charged for neglecting the lower classes of the nation. Your continued support of Guizot's outdated policies resulted in an ever-growing wage gap. Poverty is rampant, animals are forced to turn to begging, thievery, and burglary just to survive. How do you justify this attitude? You're going straight for the jugular, aren't you? I'm a good person. I don't hate poor people. I feel mild contempt for them, certainly. Don't we all? I don't think so. Please allow me to do the talking, Your Majesty. Sovereign, the king is far kinder to poor people than the general populace has been led to believe. Who would describe him as a generous philanthropist? Some would. There we go. I'd like to present this story. It's to account of a person who was sick and starving, a sick and starving beggar. One day, a beggar was approached by the king. Did the king offer beggar money? No. He offered something far better. He offered him the beggar financial advice. It's true, I did do that. Where's the beggar now? He runs a successful business. How about that? He can pull 40 francs from a single client transaction. Amazing. And the ex-beggar attributes the king for his radical transformation? Well, yeah, you know. Interesting. Would you mind telling us the name of this person? Yeah, sure, why not? Renard Volps, bro. Renard Volps? The trickster and con artist who runs that deplorable virus investigation service? Yeah! That folk has been meddling in trials and disturbing investigations for years. If this is the caliber of person that's produced by the king's financial advice, then we shall all be deeply I'm not sure if I don't think I'm aiming to win this. Oh dear. Huh? What's going on? Looters take the opportunity to overrun and ransack the building. Nice. Piera. What up? The Prime Minister and the King both fled before we even started our assault. How is that possible? I found someone who may be of use. What up? Nice find. Speak, Duck. Tell us where the King is. You think me a common turncoat? I would have you know that I am the mighty Officer Beck. I would sooner die than betray my country. That's nice. Okay. Well, you know, the Palace of Justice. A couple of lawyers came in and took him to the Palace of Justice. Okay. Gathered a crowd were marching to the Palace of Justice. Well, there you go. What are we up to? Charge 12? Please continue, prosecutor. Very well. King Louis, whatever, who cares? You stand accused of crushing small businesses in favor of supporting wealthier industrial giants. Such a nepotic attitude only serves to discourage people from forming their own enterprises. I disagree. As a self-made businessman, the king has constantly shown his support for all businesses, big and small. Okay. When was the king ever shown support for grassroots businesses? I would like to present the story. It's the account of a fisherman. Angler, who has recently caught an enormous catfish from Seine. Some say the fish was as large as 2 meters. Upon catching the fish, the king congratulated the man and offered his compensation for his efforts. You mean he bought the fish? In so many words, yes. Well, putting aside how weak an example that is of a man supporting local business, I see a much more pressing issue. There is no way a fisherman caught 2-meter catfish from the sign. Might have been an exaggeration. What if you had killer bait? Like, say, a box of high-end chocolates. Ludicrous. No one would be stupid enough to use chocolates as fishing bait. You guys can't be serious. Something about this is really funny, actually. Disgusting rabble, the lot of them. Emissary rebels, or perhaps one who consider themselves the leader? What up? I am. I came to talk to you directly. I feel like we can settle this maturely, no violence, no casualties. I only have one demand, that is, that you stand aside and let me escort the king out of the building. I don't know if it's your first revolution, mademoiselle, but it certainly isn't mine. If your protesters want the king, they have to get past the line of National Guards, and I don't think people have the skill, equipment, or raw numbers to accomplish such a feat. Alright, do we have this? I guess they might. They might, actually. I believe we're up to the last charge, are we not? Okay, charge 32. You're accused of... I love the music, too. I actually learned this isn't OST. This is not OGOST. This is a... classical music. You are accused of being an imbecile. You're mentally unfit to run this country. It isn't a crime to be an illiterate, Severin. Thankfully. If it were, we'd all be doing hard time right now. But it doesn't raise the question of why are we giving an idiot so much power? Let us follow the example of Great Britain, who led the Mad King, George III, rule for decades past his prime. He is an intelligent and competent individual. I'll have you know that I'm only competent on my prune days. Your Majesty, shut up. You've chosen an impossible battle, JJ. The king's idiocy is widely accepted. I urge you to prove me wrong. Well, he likes books. I'd like to present the account given to a local librarian. He asserts that the king is something of an avid reader. Picture books don't count, JJ. Oh, I had no idea that an expansive history of Macedonian Empire was a picture book. The king has been known to check out as many as a dozen thick books on a single day, covering a whole range of subjects. Perhaps a test is in order. That won't be necessary. An expansive history of the Macedonian Empire? Tell me, Your Majesty, where is Macedonia? Where? Yeah, we'll make it easy. Just tell us the name of the continent. What continent is Macedonia in? You can do this, Your Majesty. That's a 1 in 7 shot. Can he really do it? I want to say Africa, but I've got it. London. Jesus Christ. I think we're done here, Your Honor. As I have demonstrated in excruciating detail, this king is incompetent, lazy, stupid, and occasionally malicious. If he isn't fit to run a bakery, let alone a nation. No, actually. No, Your Honor. I defended it as much to the best of my abilities, and I have nothing more to say. We shall determine precisely which crimes the king is guilty of and decide on the appropriate punishment. Punishment? Lawyer, you have to do something. I'm scared. The whole purpose of this trial is to see that your punishment is fair and fitting. You're not going to end up with your head on a spike, at least. I don't think you will. What up? I warn you, the protesters are getting rowdy. Any moment now, they might charge in on their own accord. But you're brimming with naivety, mademoiselle. I warned you that your methods were too passive, madam. Oh no, it's the wolf. Is he the Viridian killer? You're the friar who gave me the tip-off about the croque monsieur. Oh wait, never mind. He's just an a-hole. But my information was good, huh? Did I not say it? How and when you would reach the croque monsieur? Your words almost killed a few acquaintances of mine. Well then, it seems that you and I agree on something. This wolf has a forked tongue. There's no need to direct your hatred on me. I came here to give you a gift. Gift? Did you know that the tunnels of the sleeping city wind straight under the Palace of Justice? How about that? If one were to put enough gunpowder in the right spot, one can even take an entire side of the building down. How much gunpowder do you think that would take, madam? 50 kilograms? 100? Maybe 200 kilograms, just to be safe? Oh no. It's Stall Destinies again. The fuse is lit. In 20 seconds, the pillars of the Palace of Justice will fall like the Temple of Dagon. Well, time to skedaddle. Running will do you no good, you brother-killing brute. There will be no explosion. But unfortunately for you, the Viridian Killer emerges one last time. Hey! Are we all gonna fucking die? I'm assured that the penguin's fate as you are, but one thing for certain, you could not have done your job any better. Well, we have a suggestion to be... Oh, okay, that's not a big deal. We didn't totally get wrecked. Yo, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but in a matter of speaking, how to put this, we're pretty clip rebels. Okay, that's not that bad. Everybody clear out, rebels. Really? There's no better time. Exile, now get on here. Court is adjourned. A valiant effort, Falcon, but we're out of both time and options. If the rebels want the king so badly, they can take him. Yeah. Just turn the king over to and let him receive his dues. We've all done what we can. Sparrowson, we're escorting the king to R&M Associates. Why? If anyone has the power to make the king disappear, it'd be him. Okay. No need to dawdle. I'm staying. Were there be any chance of your ridiculous plan succeeding, someone must stay behind to delay the rebels. Bro. Okay. Yo, what's up? That damn wolf nearly killed the lot of us. It's a pleasure to see you again, too, madam. Where is he? You're too late. The king has long left the building. For all I know, he could be halfway to Guadalupe by now. Damn, there goes my opportunity to enact justice. You should have seen the trial, madam. Everything was official, professional, and logical. It was the most brilliant display of justice I've ever seen. Is in the process of receiving a fitting punishment. Did my father receive a fitting punishment when you were the prosecutor in this trial 10 years ago? No. Nope. But every day since then, I've strived towards justice, and I shall continue to do so for the rest of my days. See that you do. Ah. Okay. So what's up? You gotta hurry, Your Majesty. You should also stop wearing such a obvious getup, but whatever. This is taking forever. Hey, what's up, bro? I didn't come here for the king. I came here to kill you, JJ Falcon. Well, that's nice. He doesn't give a shit. Are you sure you're okay? I can handle one crippled wolf. Oh, that's right. But what about a crippled wolf with a gun? That explosion in the courthouse wasn't just the rebels, was it? Of course not. That was to take out the murderous poot who killed my brother. Madame Beaumont. She was the madam who pulled the trigger, but it was your words that sentenced him. And I would do it again. You and your brother are heinous individuals. Call us what you like, it doesn't matter anymore. Your blood must pay for this. An eye for an eye. It's the way of the judges of old. I don't need a gun or a sword to kill you. There are 100 kilograms of gunpowder. Why is this your MO for everything? Yo, what's up? Just in time. You look a little singed. I did. Seems the rumors are true. The revolution is in full swing. What's up? Hey, King Louis Felipe. Good afternoon, Your Majesty. I am. I must admit, I rarely have a gentleman of your caliber in this office. Please take a seat. Okay. I hear you can make this people disappear. Alright, a new face. A new you. Normally, the service would cost 100 francs, but for you, Your Majesty, 10,000. I'm sure you can find a way. That crown on your head, and the egg in your hand, oh wow, how about that? Would surely be enough to pay for this exquisite service. Let's not call each other names. We're both grown men. Now let's see, you'll need a disguise. Here we go. What does he look like now? Totally inconspicuous. Could you come here for a moment, please? Oh, who is this cockatoo? Where did King Louis Felipe go? Nice. Is that convincing? Of course. We'll need a name that's original yet ordinary, subtle yet exquisite. John Smith? Brilliant! Monsieur, your name is now John Smith. You're an upstanding English gentleman. I don't think that's English, but whatever. That's no good. We'll have to work on your English accent. My name is John Smith. My name is John Smith. Wow. Did you grow up in London, Your Majesty? Your accent is impeccable. Nice. I didn't understand any of it, so it must have been perfect English. Okay. Flee. Get out of here. Take the horse to Calais, and from here, hire a boat to take you to the shores of England. With that disguise, Mousy, I think our client would be lucky to make it down the street. Okay, let's go return this egg to Santan. Oh, he knows about it. That's nice. Justice, you know? A new day. Should I end it off here? Yeah, I think I will. So in the next part, we'll be I'm pretty sure we're ending off this trial. I've liked this ending so far, but we'll see the rest next time on Let's Play Aviary Journey. Until then, that's been Skittflash. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Bye.